it's Thursday when we're recording this because it is She-Hulk Day. So welcome
Don't
to
say
another...
that because the other times we recorded not on Thursday. Or did we? We didn't. We did?
We didn't. But today it's Thursday, so what does it matter that the others weren't?
That's how exciting, because I've got just enough time to make sure that this episode gets up today.
Right
For
on
sure.
time.
Right on time. Ugh, love it. Any hoodle. Matt's coming.
Matt, that's it. That's just that we're open. That's what we're opening with. Matt is on his way actually right now.
Right now, our yellow gummy bear is coming. Confidentiality out the window. I don't know. That's all I think, that the yellow suit, it reminds me of like the yellow gummy bears. I think it's the color, because it's not really yellow. It's like is mint yellow a color? Like a
mint yellow? It's like a lemon yellow, isn't it?
It's not yellow. If that lemon was 3 days old in the fridge, and I don't mean like you got it 3 days ago so it's still good. I mean like after the expiration date, it's getting a little I was gonna say it's getting a little sour, but that's the whole point of a lemon. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with gummy bear yellow.
Thank you. It's gummy bear yellow. Grab a fucking gummy bear. Look at the gummy bear and tell me that's not the color.
You're onto something. Marvel can capitalize on that. Daredevil gummy bears.
Oh,
red and yellow ones. A bag of red and yellow Daredevil gummy bears.
But you would never know the flavor, because neither would Matt. Oh.
Why wouldn't Matt know the flavor?
He can't see it because he can't. He's just.
He can taste it.
Right after the fact, but like us
one would
looking
be cherry,
at it.
one would be lemon.
Fine.
I think
you wouldn't know though.
It would be. That's the whole fun of it. It's a surprise. it's like every flavored beans.
The Bernie Bots.
Bernie Bots. I was gonna say Gringotts. Yes, Bernie Bots, every flavored beans, but it's
the bank gives out candy now. The bank's always giving out candy. Anyway, Titania is my favorite. Titania. You know what? Say burial. So
can't. You got me there. I can't.
But no, I love. Is her Instagram actually? I know that they've been doing a lot of promo on TikTok, but is her Instagram actually those photos?
I have not checked. I didn't even check if she had an Instagram.
Oh yeah. Character? Oh no, she has. The character has an Instagram.
Oh, I'm just learning this. What?
Oh, that's like your whole bag.
I love trans media. Like I love when people like TV shows or movies or video games.
This is your bag, and you did not know.
I didn't know. I didn't even think.
I will send you her.
I've been distracted, but that makes me happy knowing that they've made her an Instagram account, because I just love seeing when they translate everything from like the fake world.
They haven't put it up just yet, all those photos, but she's got 14.2 followers, and she got 3 posts right now, but it was her prior look. I think her second episode look, the like yellow jacket, pink, that's all they have up right now. Okay. However, her Twitter, she goes wild.
I have been seeing her Twitter account.
Okay.
Her Twitter account is fun.
Yeah, her Twitter account's very, very. Oh, I think she posted. She definitely is updating her stories though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After seeing this episode, I wish they would have actually, unless I missed it, but I wish they would have actually done a pop-up at the Grove, because I think they did.
I think they did. Well, that was like early promo for like She-Hulk. They do a lot of stuff like that, but I agree. I really do wish they would have. And who knows? Maybe the pop-up will come back later. Yeah. I do want to try the tonic, the serum. And
the oil, the venom, the snake venom lip
that's straight out of holes. That they said digging holes, they literally out of holes. Yeah. Because that's what she did. Well, she did it for her nail polish.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't her lips though, but hey,
I get the plumping effect though. You're putting venom into your.
Well, I mean that's what lip plumpers are. Well, not venom, but it's bee. Wasp, whatever is in their stinger.
Venom?
Do bees have venom?
Ants have venom. That's their poison. Yes.
Well,
that is toxic venom in all of these things that we have an irrational. No, it's very rational. A reaction to. It's toxic venom. Yes.
I love it. We're so creative as a human species.
We are, what is it? Industrial. We are resourceful.
Yes.
I hate, I've got too many words in my head that I'm frustrated upon. Like I keep trying to think of like a word, and I've got 40 other words that are close but not it. Whatever. Anyway, She-Hulk. Let's remember who the show's about.
Right. I feel like we say that at least once every episode that we're recording or filming.
Let's remember, because it's a good show when the side characters, I don't know if that actually makes a good show, but
I think that's a correct, like I would agree with that statement. It's a good show when you're also interested in the side characters.
Oh no, I was gonna say when the side character is better than the main, which is why I stopped myself. Your sentence is better. Yes, your sentence is.
Let's replace yours with mine.
Yours is better. Yeah.
No one come for us.
I get a thing in my inbox. Just who the fuck? But no,
it's from Titania. Thank you so much for the promo.
Your support. Yes, the name is Titania, not Titania or Tatiana. It's fine. But no, I really.
Speaking of names, She-Hulk's fighting for her name.
Hey, Vivian, everyone. Vivian. Yeah. Yes. This episode is all about trademarking your name, and I find it grossly hilarious. I really feel like at this point I got it. Like it's starting to grate on me a little bit, but I really also appreciate how they've done it in this episode. That you need a man to tell you who you are. From the beginning of She-Hulk, everything that she identifies as was told by her and given to her because of a man. She got her name She-Hulk because of her cousin Bruce, and now she's got a courtroom full of men who have to help her in identifying as who she is. And I think that is incredibly sad. It's on the money. It's unfortunate, and it's a little realistic.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they also addressed it too when she went out for drinks afterwards, and they were kind of laughing about. Like, it's sad. It's also sad that they get to laugh about it, like over drinks, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe like I have superpowers. I'm She-Hulk, but I still had to rely on these men that I dated in order to prove that I'm worth my name,
or that I deserve my name, or that I even deserve to be who I am. I love the Roku TV happening in the background, by the way. Beautiful.
We just have to keep her on track.
Just keep her focused, and we're gonna get lots of sponsorships. So Disney Plus, Roku, all of the above. Anyhoodle, but I like that, and I appreciate the friendship that now Book is having with Walters. I think that's really cool. Really hope that they're gonna do some sort of musical episode, because I would be remiss if we did not get to see.
Ooh, so many people are against musical episodes. Like, I know so many people hate them. I love musical episodes.
I like them. I just don't like the trope, and I've seen it so many times of, I bumped my head, and now everyone is singing. Like, no, I'm singing because I just want to sing. Like, I like I don't know how else to do it though. Like, how else do you slip into a magical realm of musical?
No, you just start. I feel like just starting the episode with it being a musical episode, so there's no there's no weird like bumping the head. Now you're suddenly in this magical musical world. You should just start off the bat.
I'll write the episode. Here's the episode. She goes to see Bruce to try that new formula or whatever that should suppress her powers. She gets a little loopy, and thus everyone is singing. Boom.
There you go. That's the equivalent to bumping your head.
I understand. There is no. I'm both upset and I'm part of the problem.
I think she already breaks the fourth wall. I feel like if everyone else was singing and she was breaking the wall, like, why is this happening right now? Then that would
since
hurt.
She's already breaking the fourth wall, why not just, hey, this is my episode. Like, I'm breaking the fourth wall. I'm gonna break the whole comic now. It's a musical episode. Just because, it is what it is. Why? Go with it. It's fine.
We need to write Disney. We need to write Disney and Marvel an email right now. Like,
I just imagine the riots though. They're already rioting because it's too feminine. Imagine what would happen if we took Marvel, the Avengers. I mean, hell, people are already writing about the Avengers, the musical.
I was just about to say, I'm like, well, we have Rogers the musical, and people didn't like that.
Imagine if we put a mainstream episode as a musical. I feel like the Disney execs would do that just to piss people off, just to get the traction or the conversation. Let's do it.
So happy.
I would be so down. I'd be so incredibly down.
I'm that person who will go, like, I'll watch, like, The Flash. I watched all of The Flash, and then I stopped, but then I came back specifically for the musical episode, and then I didn't even keep watching after that.
That's wild. I'm so disappointed. I'm ready. I think it's time. I think Marvel is ready for a musical Avenger. Is there a musical Avenger? Is there someone who sings with, or, well, I guess Doctor Strange got the closest with his piano fight, I guess.
Yeah, but he is not like a musical Avenger. There's got to be an X-Men. I'm trying to think. My brain is scanning.
I think, well, it'd have to be someone who fights with sound. And I feel like there is an X-Men for that. But again, we've got Stripperella. So if we can have strippers fighting, we can have musically inclined heroes as well. The spectrum is out there. Let's just find it.
Yeah.
Anyway, She-Hulk, this episode.
Yeah. Where did that come? Oh, Mallory Book. You were thinking of the actress.
I was.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I went on that tangent, but hey, it's a podcast. Go with it.
But it was refreshing to see them as friends on screen and kind of developing this friendship. But I think I mentioned this last podcast or the podcast prior, that their characters are supposed to butt heads. Like
they will. You can see that though.
Enemies. You can feel it a little bit on Mallory's end, or she's kind of, I don't know, she has like this already pent up like haste towards Jen, and
it's not necessarily explained, is it? It's kind of just something we have to go with.
There. And all I can assume is she's like, maybe it's one of those like, oh, she looks like she can be better at my job than I am, so I'm gonna I have this guard up.
No, yes, I could see that. I shouldn't have started with no. But I can see that. But in my opinion, I thought it was, or at least my interpretation, I just saw it as, oh, you're a gimmick. Like, you are coming in here. I think Book was supposed to be the face of this department. I feel like she was supposed to be the front runner of this department. And then She-Hulk manifested, lost her job. And the guy was like, oh, let me bring you in to be the face. And so, whereas Book has worked so hard in this company, and I guarantee she was the one that brought it up, like, hey guys, I would like to start a superhero division within this group. And then he was like, no. Or actually he was like, yes, absolutely, I'd love to do that. And then just gave it over to She-Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, because that's...
So it's one of those, I could have been the face of this, but just because you have superpowers.
I should have been the face of this. I was the face of this. This was mine until you just existed.
Yeah.
And because you just are, by no hard work or extenuating circumstances, just because you one day accidentally sliced your arm, now I'm losing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. See,
I just have to exist. I just have to be okay with that.
There's no way that there isn't going to be a second season to this, because like that's a whole nother story in itself that we need to see.
Well, mind you, I am just sitting here, Jasmine Paige Moore, just writing stories in my head. Like no one cares. Like no one's, I mean, obviously the people who care, but it's not like I'm taking this information and going away with it.
Yeah.
You know, I would have loved another season of, and I think we're getting it via, you know, the later films, but I would love another season of Miss Marvel. There was so much in that I was missing. Yeah. I would love another season of Flyboy and Metal Arm. I don't know if we're ever going to get that, because it feels like that generation is slowly going away.
That generation?
Well, of Avengers and heroes.
Of Avengers. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting the movie.
Yeah.
For that, at least. But
no, but I don't know. I like series a little bit more than I like film, because I feel like in film you only have 2 hours to tell one small story, whereas in a series you've got 10 hours. You know, you've got 8 hours to really delve into the emotional stakes behind what these characters are doing.
Yeah.
So,
and with that said, we have 4 episodes left of this season.
4 episodes.
Which is why I'm like, there's no way we're not, because there's still so much story, I think, to tell in like, not necessarily like the specific plot that this has been following, but like side stories that we've been.
All of it. Yeah. I don't even think we've really told a story yet in She-Hulk. You know, I get that we have all these one-off finishers, which is, I think, the point. That's what She-Hulk is. It's a court show. So yeah, you should be wrapping up the court case by the end of the episode. But overall, what is this show about? What are we doing? You know, I don't we're 4 episodes away from this finishing, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know who the bad guy is. We still haven't talked about who attacked her.
Yeah, but that's kind of how a lot of like, that's kind of the formula for a lot of different TV shows, like what I'm trying to think of, like New Girl or like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where it's like you have the plot of each episode and that's it. Like it's this 30-minute story that you're following, and it doesn't.
Those are comedy shows. Like, it's a comedy formula. Yeah. However, this is also Marvel, and it's also part of a phase. And I don't like. I know we've been getting these little one-off things. We've got the guys that attack them. We've got Madison coming from the demon devil world. So you've got little clues to a bigger picture. But unlike the other shows, we knew who the bad guys were throughout the entire series. And I don't know, I would say that Miss Marvel was a comedy, a dramedy at least. You know, I felt like there was elements to that as well.
Yeah.
But I guess She-Hulk is just comedy. I don't know what She-Hulk is. I don't know who I am.
I think this episode specifically made it like kind of reinstated that for me, that this is more like a comedy TV show. Where, because when we got to the end, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that hints at Daredevil, he's coming. But as far as like storyline as a whole, other than obviously we're like slowly seeing her develop into She-Hulk, like identifying as both Jen Walters and She-Hulk together, and seeing her become this Avenger or this superhuman. So that we know that is it, like within the storyline of like the overarching TV show, but it still feels mostly like, okay, this is what we're going to focus on this episode, and the next episode is going to be something completely different, which I kind of enjoy though, because it's like, I don't know, I'm someone who hasn't sat down and watched a TV show like this in a while, and I miss it. Like when you would turn the TV on and something would be on and you didn't have to know what happened in the prior episode or the next to be able to enjoy this one. So that's what I'm getting from it.
Fair enough. And that's okay. You know, some people just need background television, I guess.
Is that what is that what you would call it? Background television?
Kind of. I mean, that's what I associate that to. It's those shows that, and I hate that I'm putting She-Hulk in that category. But yeah, those are the shows that they have on like while you're getting your hair done or in the bingo parlors. They're just kind of on the NBC.
Isn't it cool that like a Marvel TV show gets to be, not that it gets to be one of those, but it's like that you can have a Marvel TV show be that. It's like a comfort show. No,
I am not arguing it. There's a place for everything. And I get it. I guess for me, I don't know. It is and it's the woman argument all over again. Why does it have to be big? Why can't it just be exactly what it is? Why does a female driven show have to prove itself? Why does it have to be damn it. I'm no better than a man.
Yeah. So. No, it's kind of, I don't know if you mean it, but like in this way where so many other people are arguing against it being this kind of show because they're expecting more from it. So, but why did, like you're saying, why does it have to be more? Why can't it just be
what it is? Why does it have to prove itself to the other male driven shows? To that end, an article, if you will. So I understand that there's a lot of misogynists, and going back, as you brought up Daredevil again and him coming into the show, obviously this episode and the prior episode, there was a lot of talk about Jennifer Walters, i.e. She-Hulk, and her dating life. And obviously a lot of people are not happy at the fact that she is exploring her sexuality. And that was a big point that people were arguing with her and Megan Thee Stallion, how they were dancing at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So I was curious. I mean, especially when there's a lot of commentary on like, oh, this guy, like she's clearly seeking companionship. Obviously, Daredevil is coming to the show. We knew that from the get-go. And so naturally, my romantic brain was like, oh, la la, like, let me put these two together. But I was curious, you know, were they together in the comics? I know a lot about the comics. I don't know a lot about the comics. So I was curious, you know, I was curious to see. And I Googled, and I did not see anything coming up with them in a romantic relationship. I think they've partnered up a few times. However, I don't know if I didn't dig deep enough or if the hatred of that combination on the internet just flooded to where I could not get to the actual source. That being said, there is one particular person on the internet who, and I quote myself, is a piece of shit. They said, well, someone quoted that like comment of her like, this guy's really doing it for me, and they put Daredevil and She-Hulk underneath as like one of those little meme things.
Oh yes, like the screen grab from the trailer.
Okay. Yeah. And so the original tweet says we might actually be getting a She-Hulk Daredevil intimate scene, you know, because everyone wants that. It's a new world. It's 616, you know, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Someone else, at Boa2112, there's your little shout out, my
calling
guy.
him out. Okay.
Calling him out, dude. Said, I was very surprised she had a one-night stand. Was the comic book character a slut too? I mean, whatever. I just didn't think it was very family friendly or in any way necessary to move the story along.
So I didn't. I guess I wasn't aware that having a one-night stand meant you were a slut.
Well, that's a slutty mentality, Vivian. You need to fix that. I don't know if you've had one-night stands before, but if you have, go to
Jasmine,
church.
I'm not a slut. Like
I wouldn't know that, Vivian. Clearly, this man thinks that one-night stands are slutty behavior. So
it blows my mind that there are people that exist, and I'm just gonna assume this is a man. That
it is.
Yeah, that like do not really grasp that women have like lives, that women have natural lives and natural tendencies, and that's completely normal. But no, God forbid see that on TV.
It's just wild. And then of course there's the scholars. There's the scholars who are like, that would never happen. At Ozarks Daryl says, shouldn't he, because again, in response to someone saying, oh, we might get a She-Hulk Daredevil intimate scene. Oaks says, shouldn't even happen because she is a Hulk and she's only able to really hook up with certain characters because she is gamma radiated. Only select individuals have hooked up with the She-Hulk. That's wild because it's almost like Jennifer Walters doesn't wild, or it's not like it's a brand new character and we haven't changed things. Like what do they know how a vagina works?
No, the answer is no.
The answer is no.
Also like with that tweet being said, and just the conversation around it, I don't even think if we were to see She-Hulk and Matt Murdock together and they'd hook up, I don't even think it would be She-Hulk and Matt Murdock.
It wouldn't matter.
Even
if it is She-Hulk and Daredevil, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Either they have their little sex scene and we get to see the cute, beautiful, intimate moments, and then they go off being happy little lawyers who have to deal with that issue in the courtroom, which would be fucking hilarious. Like, just because they're both really cool lawyers and they're on opposite firms, so to have them be intimate and then have to go and have a court case, like, I want that.
That is the TV show right there. Like that's
season
drama
2
that I am interested in.
I want it. Or the flip side, yeah. Okay, Daryl, fine. There's some gamma fucking radiation happening, and now we gotta go see a special doctor, insert Doctor Strange, because his pee-pee's gamma radiated. Like, let's have these storylines. Let's explore that world. And it's great because then, yeah, She-Hulk will have an inner conflict where she's like, oh my God, I don't know anyone that I can date, thus enters all of the other superheroes that are now super powered with gamma radiation, or like the Juggernaut, all these other super people that she has to date or has the capability to date. I want those storylines.
Well, God forbid we explore anything in regards to her sexuality.
No,
because that's taboo. We don't talk about that. Women having sex?
No, but hey, we absolutely love it when Tony Stark exploits the stewardesses. Let him treat them like sluts. Let him use them and give one of them to his good buddy, the general. Like, we love that.
You know what? And those women in those movies would be the ones called sluts, not Tony Stark. Like, with the mentality.
Oh, very much so. We look at them and they're like, wow, those girls have no self-respect. Meanwhile, Tony Stark is dancing around with half-naked iron women in his shows, which is fine. If you're a dancer, I get it. Like, that's not, I'm making a point here. I'm not talking about you. But I just hate it. And she was being so sweet about it too. Like, she did nothing. I hate it.
She made a comment about someone that she finally might be interested in, and then it results in she's gonna be a slut because they're gonna hook up.
Mm-hmm. She's a slut. She is very much a slut.
I love the internet.
I do and I don't. I do and I don't. I just thought that it was really it's incredible. It's incredible. Everything about the She-Hulk is just incredible, and even the way that the fans will sorry, that's a Netflix call. Sponsor us. As Disney Plus is in the background. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, competing networks.
Hey, Daredevil comes from Netflix. Technically.
Thank you for saving me. It's okay. It's okay. The green is not for Hulu. There you go. Got them all. Paramount Plus. Just all of the above. Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for how loud the negative Marvel people are. I feel like we need a word to represent the shitty side of Marvel and fandom.
Yeah.
Just one word.
It's toxic, and it sucks that there's so many people who are new to this fandom. Like, especially with the TV shows. These TV shows have brought a whole new group of people, of viewers. But it sucks that they're experiencing it during a time where a lot more of the negativity is kind of shining through right now.
Yeah, where people are upset that it's not the comic book renditions that they grew up with. Yeah. And I believe that Marvel has made it clear, at least the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, has made it so clear at this point that we hear you. We are making those characters, but these are our characters. At no point have we ever said that we are ripping it straight from the comics. We're taking the comics. But no, these characters are adapting to the world that it is today. You know,
which you think would be okay, considering that even in the comic book world, there are hundreds of different versions and variants and storylines of these characters. Like, there's so many new.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Captain Carter was a Nazi in there. Like, so I think we need to change some of these characters.
Yeah. And it's just like the MCU is quite literally just like a new, like you said, it's Earth 616. It's a different Earth. So why argue when these characters aren't exactly the same, like ripped from the pages? It's fun to see the Easter eggs and like, oh, this is referencing this comic book, or this is referencing this version.
But it's a reference.
Yeah.
It's not a carbon copy. It is not stone. It's not set in stone. It just is. It is fun. And it should be fun. And why not tell the little girls of the world that it's okay to be expressive. It's okay to find yourself. It's okay to be a woman. When not the little girls. I'm not telling this to little girls. I'm telling this to the adults. But like, why not be able to be comfy in your identity and when it's time, when you are older, why not explore your options and who you are and who you want to be? You know, why can't you have a date and enjoy that date?
Yeah. It's representation that I personally didn't even ever think I needed to see. But then when you see it, it's like, okay, this makes me feel normal. Like, this isn't something taboo. Like, it's okay to talk about it.
To feel awkward. I mean, I don't know how many, I think I've talked to you about it too, of people who can't tell the difference between Jasmine and More. And that's what I felt during all of those date scenes, that even as She-Hulk, even being the quintessential idea of a perfect woman or more than a perfect woman, you still have assholes and douchebags who, I don't know, try to exploit that. Like the one guy who was with at her firm, like, you know, he was a fanboy. He was not a real person.
It's like they can't look past just what's right in front of them, the idea that they've created in their minds about said person.
Right. That's what they want. They don't want you, they want the idea of you. And I think even the last guy that I dated could not get past that. He even made comments like, oh, you're this way online. Like, how come when you're at home, it's just like sweatpants and etc. You know, why is it that for the internet, I know you saw the cat. Why is it that on the internet you act one way, but when you're at home with me, it's completely different? It's like, because those are two different people.
Yeah.
You know, that is an envisionment of I don't know, a caricature. You know, more and more is an idea. It is an embodiment of, I don't know, whatever. I want to wear sweatpants and watch old Pokemon reruns. I'm like, fuck you.
If someone first of all, whoever questioned Jasmine for wearing sweatpants at home, what is wrong with you? You don't do that.
It was more than that. It was like because that was during my ho slutty phase on Instagram. You know, we all had one. And I would post, I don't know if they're thirst traps or just like me in more revealing cosplays. Like I would post the She-Hulk, her regular outfit, but that's a really butt heavy posy costume, you know? I would post stuff like that, and then I would come home and like not necessarily want to be intimate. I would just want to chill. You know, not every moment we have to be dogging down. I just, you know, I don't have to. But it would be upsetting because I would post, you know, 2 or 3 times a day, and the world would get more and more, and he would just get Jasmine.
Yeah.
Men.
And there should have been absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And we don't see that story. We don't see those stories in TV often. And this is barely touching that subject, but even with it barely touching it, there's still people making these comments, which is really sad.
So yeah, I think that there is something really quintessentially needed and appropriate about what She-Hulk is doing. And it's doing it in a very subtle way that is making huge impacts, clearly to women. And hopefully to men too, to readjust their mindsets, their thinking. And if anything, the worst thing it's doing is bringing the misogynists out.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how many men have watched this TV show and have either agreed or saw nothing wrong with her coworker at that law firm. I forget his name. You know what? I didn't even think I needed to remember his name. And like the men she went on dates with, and then her boss. Like, if I want to know if anyone watches this show and is like, I don't understand what they did wrong, because then that just goes to show, like, okay, yeah, it's obviously making a commentary about you.
This is my last comment on this particular episode.
Yes.
But you saw the tweet that I made about my father, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I asked him, just because we have conversations about television shows. He's kind of the one that introduced me to what I defined as older, rich shows. Like the I guess the really quintessential shows when he was younger, which got me into a love of film and television and just an eclectic genre of media.
Okay.
So we'll talk about films, we'll talk about shows, we'll talk about whatever. But I asked him, you know, this being the big hot ticket item for Marvel right now, have you watched it? Did you like it? And he couldn't get past the court scene. And his issue with it was just dumb. It's stupid. So then I brought up Daredevil, and I brought up the sexcapades that she had and her finding love. And it was a phone conversation, but you can feel when someone immediately is disinterested. And it was really disappointing. It was disappointing because I like having conversations and I like having dialogues with people, but if you are turned off by the idea of a show that explores being a woman and being a superwoman, it's disappointing. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's the generation or just this subgroup of man who finds anything empowering to women just boring. It's fucking frustrating.
It's cringe. It's labeled cringe away just because it has a woman in it and they are empowered. Yes. It's automatically cringe.
And we are discussing women issues, woman ideals, and woman suffering.
Yeah. And it sucks when you try to have those conversations like you said, and there's just a wall there. They won't even
wall.
try.
And it's discouraging to me because it's like, okay, well, I guess fuck me then. I guess I won't talk about it.
Yeah. And then they wonder why women feel like they don't have a space in film or in like in TV shows and movies. It's discouraging. But I'm glad that we have TV shows like this that are still pushing through and still like creating a narrative and dialogue in media. Because what has been trending every week? She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
And people are having these conversations. So they're good and they're positive and negative conversations, but it's a conversation nonetheless. And
agreed. That's all I got. I'm very excited for She-Hulk and Daredevil to fuck. I'm very excited for Matt Murdock and Jennifer Walters to fuck. I think that that's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, and what I mean by that is Daredevil in suit and Matt Murdock in other suit. So, you know, lawyer suit. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I just wasn't sure. I could say it again if you really.
So that's on Jasmine's bingo card.
It's on my. It's literally the free space. It's gonna happen.
Free space. Actually, the entire bingo card is just that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
God, that'd be exciting. Could you imagine the babies? God, I could.
It's cute little babies.
Cute little super-powered babies. Actually, Daredevil doesn't actually have superpowers. He's just a super cool human.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe it's genetics.
Maybe. We'll see. I ship it.
We'll see about the babies. We'll get there. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Obviously, she had to have gotten her suit from not the lawyer suit, but
no, I know.
Suit.
Duh.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how they change it up. That's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what opportunity when I don't just take the suit. But anywho, that's all I got for this episode. I'm excited for the last 4 episodes. Hopefully there will be an overarching plot developed, or at least we'll find out who tried to hurt her.
Oh yeah. We'll tie up a bunch of loose ends. What is Titania's agenda? I mean, we kind of got the idea now, but I feel like there's a hidden agenda too.
Maybe that was her.
She's not so hidden, so.
But maybe that was her trying to get like the secret Krabby Patty formula so she could make her face stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. Didn't even connect the dots there, but we'll see.
That's what I'm here for.
Lots to look forward to. Let us know what you enjoyed about this episode, what you didn't enjoy.
Oh my God, Vivian, wait. Your quote.
Oh yeah. I didn't write it down, but it was when she was like, because I didn't have what she said it, and I was like, that's my quote for today. It was about her name, and it was at the beginning of the episode. It was like 10 minutes in, and she was like,
I'm so disappointed.
I don't remember. I'm gonna have 2 quotes next week.
You're gonna have to have 2 quotes next week. This is the only thing that she wanted for the entire season, and she's failing.
No, it's just because I didn't write it down.
It's okay. It's okay. We don't expect much. We expect everything. So
I'm sorry I failed you today.
Any hoodle, guys. Yeah, let us know if you have a favorite quote that you actually wrote down in the comments below. Vivian's gonna have 2 quotes for us, and if not, write in the comments below what you think her punishment should be.
Yeah, if I fail you guys next week, what should I do? What do I owe you all?
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you on the next episode.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.